intensity. I almost blew a blood vessel. Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing well. It's time to get a little intense. Today we're talking about 10 of the best intense fragrances that you can buy. So what does intensity mean? Something that's aggressive, powerful, in your face. Or also it could mean just, it could just be something, you know, that they throw onto the end of a fragrance name. Yeah, actually that's what we're looking at today. 10 of the best intense fragrances for men that you can buy because they have intense in their name. Let's do it. Now, first up is a fragrance that is absolutely fantastic. If you have any size of collection, you should have this fragrance. It is Valentino Womo Intense. Iris, tonka, vanilla, and leather, some of the notes in the fragrance. This one, for quite a while, people were afraid it was discontinued. It was getting harder to find. You couldn't pick it up at discounters. You couldn't really find it at retailers. They still had it on the Valentino website though, but a lot of people were sure it was gone. But just recently, back on the market, baby. You can easily find it at retailers, but the bottle design has changed a little bit. I don't have the new bottle design, but I've spoken to people that do, and they tell me it smells the exact same as this one right here. So if you don't have this, don't worry. The version that's out now should be just as nice. The iris in here is deep, it's rich, it's a little bit powdery, it's sweet because of that vanilla and tonka, and the leather gives it this slightly mysterious edge. Valentino Womo Intense smells so good. This is one of those fragrances where a lot of people can come together on it. People that are more fragrance aficionados, they'll like it. And then just average everyday Joes will like it too. I think it's amazing in fall and winter. Fantastic fragrance. One of the absolute best intense ones you can buy. Now, next up is a fragrance that gets compared to Valentino Womo Intense. And I gotta feature this one. I just have to. It's Dior Homme Intense. It's got ambrette, pear, lavender, cedar, and iris once again. That's where this one is gonna get compared to Valentino Womo Intense. The iris in here, a little bit similar to the iris in there. Now, I've talked about Dior Homme Intense a bunch on this channel, like a bunch. And that's because every time I smell it, I'm just smitten. Love the fragrance. It just wallops me in the face and I'm just like, thank you, master. Can I have another? Dior Homme Intense does lean more toward being a formal evening wear kind of fragrance during cooler months, but I love it so much that I'll wear it basically any time that I can manage to pull it off, or at least feel like I can pull it off. Amazing performance in that one, worth every single penny. Dior Homme Intense. Now, this next one is from Dolce & Gabbana, and it is the one Eau de Parfum, wait for it, Intense. Cardamom, cashmere, and benzoin, and neroli, some of the notes in this fragrance. So it opens up interesting with this bit of freshness with underlying dark sweetness. You also get pops of spice, of course, from the cardamom, and a modern dry down with cashmere and being featured prominently. Very versatile, big people pleaser. Now, with that name, the one Eau de Parfum Intense, you would think, man, that's gotta be super strong. It'll last forever. It's not only an Eau de Parfum flanker, it is also intense. That's two immovable objects coming together. But no, it's actually not super strong. Actually, out of everything here, I'd say it's one of the weakest ones of the bunch. But it is a fragrance that's very wearable, very likable, and very versatile for cooler weather, even into early spring, I'd say. Solid addition to the one line, Eau de Parfum Intense. Ooh, another super solid one. Prada Loam Intense. Intense. Iris, tonka, leather, and amber, some of the notes in this bad boy. And this one smells like Prada Loam, only added some leather, made it a little bit more masculine in a way, gave it more push, more oomph, more depth. A surprisingly big compliment pulling fragrance, office safe as well. Prada Loam Intense, one of the best intense fragrances on the market. Let's play a game. Every time I say intense, you take a shot. I will not be held liable for your death though. Next up, Stronger With You Intensely. Coffee, cinnamon, vanilla, and tonka, some of the notes in this fragrance. It has this very sweet, gourmandy feeling to it. Big time projector. It pushes out very far. It lasts ever. So this is one of those fragrances that you can spray on before an evening out. You don't have to worry about it at all. People are going to be able to smell you. You know, you're going to get back home, wake up in the morning, and still be able to pick this up. Stronger with you intensely, fantastic for winter. Great date night fragrance, like I said, evening out fragrance, and a good casual scent too. Next, a big old surprise, Tommy Hilfiger Impact Intense. Gotta say, I didn't expect much with this fragrance. I've said this before, but Hilfiger in general, nowadays, I think most of you will agree, is not a house where people go, oh man, a new Tommy Hilfiger is coming out. It's not really been a poppin' house, we'll say, fragrance-wise, for a while. Now, back in the day, everybody was wearing Tommy, and that was cool, you know, but not so much nowadays. And then Impact Intense came out, and I was thinking to myself, you know, we're the same? No, Impact Intense is great, especially, I'm seeing in the future here, when it hits discounters, whew, that'll be nice. Red apple, chestnut, cedar, amber, cardamom, some of the notes in this one. Some people have compared it to Leighton by Parfums de Marly. Now, probably don't need to tell you this, but that's not a bad thing, because Leighton is well known for being one of the biggest compliment pulling, easy to wear niche fragrances on the market, period. So if you've got a Hilfiger fragrance that's gonna probably pop up at discounters for $40 to maybe $50, and you can get something that has that kind of wearability that Leighton has for that price, yeah, that is awesome. Now, for me, it is not a one-to-one with Leighton. I think you spray them on side by side, the differences are apparent pretty quickly, but it's in the same style of fragrance as Leighton is. So by that, I mean warm, spicy, sweet, and rich, and immensely appealing. All right, really obvious one here. Bentley for men, Intense. Rum, woods, incense, leather, and cinnamon. That's some of the notes in this one. And this fragrance right here smells similar to a couple niche fragrances. Smells like Idole de Luban and Olfactive Studio Chambre Noir. This is the fragrance du jour for so many people when you talk about cheapies. Hey man, what's a cheap fragrance that smells like a niche fragrance? This is the first thing a lot of people are gonna say, for good reason. The quality here is fantastic for the price. Presentation's pretty nice too, other than the goofy looking tiny atomizer and the big bulged out bottle. I just think it looks stupid, but I let it slide. It has amazing performance, great in cool weather, solid scent. Now we go in with the Zaro Pour Homme Intense. Cinnamon, brandy, amber, and tonka. Some of the notes in this fragrance. It's got a little bit of the original Zaro Pour Homme in here. A little bit, but not a whole lot. It's got this rich booziness, this sweetness, this depth, this density to it. For the price, it is an amazing pickup. You've got good performance here as well. Going to appeal more to middle-aged guys and older though. Younger guys probably won't like it as much because the sweetness that this does have is not in the same universe as that bubblegummy, you know, like very fruity type of sweetness that you find across so many different fragrances. And for the price, it is an amazing pickup. A Zaro Pour Homme Intense, great scent. Another one that flies underneath the radar a bit, Yves Saint Laurent Loam Parfum Intense. Kind of like Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum Intense, only this one is Parfum Intense, not Eau de Parfum Intense. But then the fragrance itself is actually an Eau de Parfum, so I guess it kind of is. This one has ambergris, woods, lemon, and orange blossom as some of the notes in the fragrance. Now, when you look at this, you see this ambery coloration to the fragrance, and you see it named Parfum Intense. You would probably think, okay, this is gonna be really deep, heavy, project very far, last very long, and be concentrated probably on resins, you know, benzoin, labdanum, things like that. And yet it's really not. Now, I guess they're trying to keep with the Loam theme with this one, which is, of course, the original Loam, a very fresh fragrance, spring, summertime. That one makes heavy use of ginger and citrus in the opening to really capture people's attention. So they're trying to keep this one both fresh, but a bit richer than the original. It's got a strong white floral presence to the fragrance to my nose. At times it comes across smelling a little bit like clean laundry, like a nuance of clean laundry. And then you have fresh woods underneath everything else, melding together with that ambergris, which gives it a little bit of a lift, a little bit of a lightness to kind of counteract some of the potentially heavier aspects of the scent. It is overlooked nowadays. I mean, not many people are talking about this or wearing this, but it is a very solid scent with great versatility, office safe, casual safe. You could wear it on a date. You could wear it in a more formal type situation. It's well put together, well blended, nothing sticks out. It's a solid scent. One of the issues though with being a solid scent from top to bottom is that maybe it won't stick around in people's minds as much as something that has just an amazing opening or an amazing dry down. So that's one of the potential, I guess, drawbacks for this one. It is though a surprisingly good compliment puller. So if that's your thing, you may want to check it out. Last but not least, Light Blue Eau Intense from Dolce & Gabbana. This one has C notes, grapefruit, mandarin orange, juniper, and musk as some of the notes in the fragrance. And this one to me is one of the best light blue flankers on the market. I say that because there are a lot of light blue flankers that are not worth your time. Frankly, there are some light blue flankers that are just really uninspired, kind of boring fragrances that they just throw out there for summer. And they're like, whatever, we'll get some sales out of this. And who cares, on to another one next year. But this one is actually really nice, very well done. It's got the sea saltiness that livens the thing up, makes it smell a little more interesting. Then at the same time, it's got that light blue mass appeal, that ease of use. Great, like I said, for warm weather, and the performance on it pretty good as well. So you know that this is one of the best intense fragrances on the market. And frankly, I feel like we need a little more summertime intensity, you know, a little warm weather intense. I'll take that. So there we go. 10 of the best intense fragrances for men. Let me know in the comments which of these ones is your favorite. Well, how do you like your intensity? As always, thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for all your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.